Hi all, welcome back to Enchanting English. Today we are going to learn about two figures of speech, personification and transferred epithet. These are two figures of speech commonly used in poetry and also in everyday speech. And when we make use of these figures of speech, you add beauty to the language. So first let us learn what is meant by personification. Personification is a figure of speech in which human traits are given to non-human or inanimate objects. Non-human, what do you mean by non-human? Animals or birds. Inanimate objects, lifeless objects. For example, look at the line. Ready to run to hiding, knew with laughter when she found us soon. These are beautiful lines taken from the poem Going for Water, written by Robert Frost. Here we get a description of a group of children going in search of water, and they play hide and seek with the moon. The pronoun she used there refers to moon, and moon is described as laughing. How is it possible? Only human beings can laugh. So the poet here gives human trait to the moon. So this is an example for personification. Let us now look at another line. Death lays his icy hands on kings. What's the meaning of this line? Even kings cannot escape from death. Here death is described as a person laying his hands on kings. Death, you know that it's an abstract noun, but it is treated as a human being laying his hands on kings. So this is again an example for personification. Let us now look at another line. Our only enemy was gold, and we had no arms to fight with. This is a beautiful pair of lines taken from the poem Castle, written by Edwin Muir. Here, gold is described as enemy. You know that gold is a lifeless object, and here the poet gives the trait of a person. Gold is described as an enemy here, and hence it is an example for personification. Let us look at another line. There lies the port, the vessel puffs her sail. This is a beautiful line taken from Ulysses, written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. What is described here in this line? A ship is described here. Ulysses, the great warrior, explorer, he looks at the ship and he describes how the ship is getting ready for sail. The vessel means ship, and you can see the pronoun her used there, and the pronoun her refers to the ship. Ship is again an inanimate object, but the poet gives the trait of a person here. The ship is described as a lady, and hence it is an example for personification. The next figure of speech that we are going to learn now is transferred epithet. What do you mean by transferred epithet? Transferred epithet is a figure of speech in which an adjective qualifies a noun other than the person or thing it is actually describing. Here, epithet means adjective. The meaning of the word epithet is adjective, and you know the meaning of the word transferred. So what are we doing here? We transfer an adjective. You know that adjective is a word that describes a noun. So now look at the example. David has a sleepless night. We have used the adjective sleepless before night. It describes the noun night here. In fact, when you look at it, you understand the night in itself is not sleepless. Who was sleepless? David was sleepless. So the adjective sleepless actually refers to David not tonight. But the speaker here uses the adjective sleepless tonight. So what is done here? The adjective which is supposed to be used for David is transferred to night, and hence it is example for transferred epithet. Let us now look at another example. A little wicked, wicked gate, the wizened warder led them through. These are beautiful lines taken from the poem The Castle, written by Edwin Muir. And here what is described? The poet describes a small gate in the castle which was in fact kept open by a wizened warder, a guard. The guard who was supposed to protect the castle let the enemies in by opening the gate. And here the word wicked, the adjective wicked, means immoral, morally base. And how can this word describe gate? Gate is an inanimate object. It cannot have feeling. It cannot be immoral. So actually the adjective wicked refers to the guard, refers to the warder or guard who was morally base, who allowed the enemies in. So the adjective wicked actually refers to the warder, not the gate. Gate cannot be wicked. Gate cannot be morally base. And hence the poet is transferring the adjective. So this is again an example for transferred epithet. Let's now move on to another example. The farmer plodded the weary way. What do you mean by this line? The farmer walked with much difficulty. He was weary meaning tired. He was very tired. And see where the adjective weary is used. It's before way, which is noun form, and in fact the way or path itself was not weary. It was the farmer who was weary, the farmer who was tired. The path itself was not tired, because you know that way or path is an inanimate thing, or it is not a person. But here the poet uses to describe way, or it is placed before way, so the adjective is transferred from the farmer to way. So this is again an example for transferred epithet. Let us look at another line. The sixth age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon. These are beautiful lines taken from All the World is a Stage, written by William Shakespeare, and here in these lines the poet describes the sixth age of a man's life, that is the stage of an old man. When a man becomes very old, he becomes lean, and his pantaloon, meaning pants, becomes too loose for him, right? And the adjective used there, lean, doesn't actually refer to pantaloon. Pantaloon or pants doesn't become lean. It is the man who becomes lean. And again here the poet has transferred the adjective to pantaloon, which is actually meant to describe the man. The man is lean, not the pantaloons. So this is an example for transferred epithet. I hope now you are very clear with these two figures of speech, personification and transferred epithet. Thank you. Thank you all for watching.